You are listening to the Drag Dungeon Podcast with your hosts, Jay and John.
Hey, welcome back to the broadcast, your favorite podcast. You asked for this shit if you're easily offended. We don't recommend it. You asked for this shit, so here it is.
Support for the Drag Dungeon Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code DRAG20 at manscaped.com. And if my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. You guys do not want to miss out on these products. We really use these and we love them. The Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped has arrived and it is a game changer. Inside the package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, a personal favorite, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies in your hoe bag. This is stuff you need, and if you really care about how you look and want to support the podcast, please go to manscaped.com and use the code DRAG20. This is a limited time offer for the podcast, and we want you to take full advantage. Remember, go to manscaped.com and use the promo code DRAG20.
Let's talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14. What's up, John?
What's up, Jay?
How you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored, walking in the light of Jesus Christ and Dolly Parton. Run, Rose, run!
Yes, run, bitch. Run away from this roast episode.
Run from this season and this episode.
Run away, whore. I'm gone. That song should be on there. It's Run, Rose, Run, the song I'm Gone. It should have been on that album.
I love that song.
I love that song, too. Great video.
Don't you
great
tap
everything.
into my emotions to get me to feel something for this episode, because I won't do it.
Oh, yeah? Well, you watched me. There's more Dolly coming, bitch. I was just watching the episode of The Nanny where, and this is one of my favorite episodes. It has a Dolly reference. That's why I went into this. So it's the one where the celebrity comes. Well, there's more than one like this, where a celebrity comes to the Sheffield home and Fran isn't supposed to know about it or isn't supposed to get involved, but she does. It's the one where the celebrity comes in all wrapped in gauze, and it's supposed to be Cher. Yeah. That is one of my favorite episodes.
And then the drag queen cousin comes down.
Yes! Yes, the pre-Chad Michaels
It was so funny.
Cher impersonator.
I love that one. I love the Barbra Streisand one when she figures out that Barbra Streisand staying with them? Or is she just...
Barbra Streisand.
She's not really there.
Right, and then Fran, this is the one where Fran goes to the hospital, and she doesn't want to be there, or she's pregnant, and she sneaks out and gets home, and you find out Barbara's at the hospital, and it's like an impersonator, like lip sync. Yes, and the Cher impersonator is more like Delta Work doing Cher.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, and but she's like singing a song, like moving or like looking in her eyes, like the Fran is, to try to figure out who she is because she's all wrapped up, and then the Cher starts sucking on her finger. It's so weird. I love that episode. But she's like, it's not Dolly Parton because her breasts aren't. Yeah. Anyway,
So fun.
we should talk about Drag Race. Okay, so this episode, we remember that last week they gave the gold bar out. Finally, that's off the table. So check and check.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Bosco, I don't know. It's really funny that Lady Camden at the beginning of this episode says, "We're so close to the finale."
Like, I thought we were 3 episodes ago, but okay.
Yeah, bitch. There's still 7 of you whores. We're not close.
I gotta say, they don't look happy. I'm looking at the screen. They don't look happy. Bosco's sitting there smiling ear to ear, and they're all looking at her. Especially Georges is just rolling her eyes back in her head like, oh, this fucking bitch.
Well,
Dressed like the
I
goddamn
think
Tin
Georges
Man at a strip
seemed
club.
very tired this episode. Don't you think?
I think Georges is low. When he's not performing, he's low energy and dull. I just don't love the personality. I don't love it. Do they allow them?
A lot of these...
I'm sorry. Do they allow them
I
medicinal
was
marijuana?
agreeing with you. A lot of these queens, I think, are like that this season.
I wonder if they have a pot cart, if they can get for anxiety, like medical marijuana while we're filming this, because I know Georges is a pothead. He's admitted it. But I'm like, that should not be your whole personality. I'm gonna go smoke a big fat blunt after. Okay, we got it. We already had Laganja. That was kind of cutting edge. And Laganja's, that was a decade ago. What else you got?
Yeah, well, I think Georges for sure is very low on the personality level. I think some people dive into drag, like we talked about this drag mouth. Like their personalities become drag, like, hey, you nasty bitches! Ah! Ugh.
Like nothing, like they think that just dressing up, like the personality automatically comes with it, whereas it should probably be you have a great personality and you have like, maybe you should try drag because that's a great medium for you to, you know, funnel your personality and jokes through. But Georges, I feel like the look came first and then the personality was like crickets.
Yeah, I think queens, like some queens have great personalities. They do drag great. Some build characters, like Lady Bunny, for instance, is definitely I mean, I don't know Lady Bunny out of drag, and I never want to, like, I don't ever want to see her because I don't want to kill the illusion.
I saw a picture once.
Looks. I know, and I said, I don't want to see, because I hear stories of what she looks like out of drag. I don't want to know because it will kill... No.
It's not that different. It's not that different, really. I mean, it is obviously very different, but it's just like, it's not bad.
I don't want to see. It's like Rue. You know, back in the day, Rue wasn't out of drag. Before, like, Drag Race, you never really saw Rue a lot out of drag. At least, you know,
once in a while in a magazine they would do... I remember a magazine where they did male Rue and in drag Rue, because everybody's like remarked on, oh God, he's so handsome. I just don't want to see that sometimes, and I do think these bitches to me are a little low on the personality level when they're not on the stage. So when they're sitting around just yapping, I'm like, oh God, can we get to it? Like they just don't say anything interesting. Can I just say, when I was little, and when Tuong Fu came out, I loved that they were in drag the whole movie. You know, like, I thought that drag queens lived in drag all the time. Like, I guess they were technically cross-dressers or trans... no, they were drag queens. I don't know, but they were always in drag. But it was kind of a serious
to always stay in drag.
Some people should, yeah. Just keep shaving.
Okay, so the mini challenge we have is the president of Anastasia Beverly Hills, Norvina, comes out, which have we ever seen her before? I don't think so.
Yeah, she was on once. Maybe a season you didn't watch. She was on before once. And
what season was it?
Lesser. Well, girl, don't ask me a number.
Oh, maybe 13, because I don't know. Well, Norvina comes out. So I guess they have a new palette coming out by Norvina. I don't remember the name of it, but they had to break into teams.
Norvina.
Okay. With the O shaped like a heart. I remember that. And they had to paint over these, like, color by numbers. You know, if you draw this, you might be able to get into art school. Murals of Rue and Dolly Parton. Because there's, like, I guess, a mural somewhere in North Carolina of RuPaul. And I've seen that before. Have you seen that before? Yeah, I saw pictures of it. I'm surprised no one's graffitied that. I'm serious. I thought when I saw it, I'm like, no one's graffitied this? Because they would have. Yeah,
I always think about that, too. Now, there are... It looks like I see a security camera. Well, no, that's just a drain pipe. Oh, wait, there might be a security camera there. I always wonder that, too, about really good graffiti. I'm like, nobody just went up and put something. But maybe it's in a nice part of town. I don't really know.
No one drew a penis on there. I'm just surprised at that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, maybe they still
want to go to North Carolina?
Yes, I want to go get my picture taken with the Dolly Parton and RuPaul mural. Yes. No, never. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my question is, when I saw that this Norvina comes out with Anastasia Beverly Hills and they're pimping that, how many people do you think watch this show would use Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup? Like, the percentage of people do you think watch this and they're like, oh, yes, I need that palette? Like, how many?
I think almost everybody, and I'm not kidding. It's a very popular brand.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how many people use makeup, do you think, to watch this show?
Oh,
Mostly people?
you mean like
Mostly.
the gay guys? Probably not, unless
Yeah.
you're doing drag. I bet all the girls own at
Or
least
straight
something.
girls.
Anastasia, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. So they're painting they're all, slathering that shit on. Do you think they did that all themselves, or do you think they had help? What do you think? Because I was thinking they might have had help.
Oh, conspiracy time. Oh, I didn't know we were going
Mhm.
there. I didn't see you making that
Yes.
little sneaky left turn. I don't know, because the two turned out so different. The Dolly one turned out pretty great. If they did that themselves, I'm impressed. I guess they had ladders. How long did they have to do this? 20 minutes?
I thought like 30 minutes. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't.
But the Rue one looks like you could have done it in 5, so I don't really know.
Yeah, they were making fun of that nose and stuff. I would have had Deja Sky removed from the building if she was on my team and she was doing some shit like that. I would have smacked paint all right over the top of that and been like, "Start over, bitch!"
The Dolly one is actually like, you could put that on a t-shirt, it looks just fine. The Rue one, the eyes especially, I know everybody's going off on the nose, the eyes look psychotic. Like she's looking at Dolly like she wants to kill her. Like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, maybe she does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Dolly team won, so I think that was appropriate, don't you?
Yeah. I love
So that was a fun little mini challenge. It was a mess and kind of fun, yeah?
Yeah, I love the look on Rue's face when they reveal. He's like, oh.
There's like, this was a mistake.
So just as a reminder, the Dolly team was Lady Camden, Bosco, Willow Pillow, and Diabetti.
Yes, so then the Rue was Angeria, Georges, and Deja, which I have that for when they deliberate on who gets the parts or the order of the roast. So main challenge, roast of Ross Mathews. So what do you think of this roast? Like there's been roasts in the past. They've roasted Michelle. They've roasted. Did they roast Rue?
Oh
before?
yeah,
I think
many
Yeah,
times.
yeah, they did a Rue roast. So what did you think of this one?
I don't want to start off being negative, but here I am. The roast episodes, they make me really uncomfortable. It's kind of like the reading challenges. It makes me so, like, I feel through osmosis, through like the TV, like when they're doing really poorly, it makes me uncomfortable. So I don't typically love the roast. Do I think Ross was a great subject, is your question? I guess as good as any. What's to make fun of besides his high voice and that he's a big, pig bottom, allegedly. I didn't mean to say pig like that.
I know what you mean. We know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, what's his career? I mean, he has a great career. I'm just saying, like, there's not like with RuPaul. I don't know. It's not like, I love the celebrity roast, but they pick somebody like Martha Stewart or Justin Bieber or somebody with like a ton of stuff to go for. Like, this is what do we see him once a week for 3 minutes. Sometime last week he didn't even talk. Thank you for that, editors. So, what do you think? Did you think it was a great choice? They're running out of people.
Any of these comedy challenges are hard to watch because the ones that tank, you just want to cry. Like, I fast forwarded through. Like, I watched this 2 times, and the second time I fast forwarded through one of them, which we'll get to, because I just fucking couldn't watch it. I'm like, no way. And I fast forwarded to it, through it. I don't know. Ross Mathews, I guess he's fine. Like, there wasn't a lot of weight jokes, which surprised me that there weren't more because his weight does fluctuate. Like, one of the jokes I came up with was something about Ross Mathews having Jay Leno's dick in his mouth, but no one ever really said that.
That's great. I was thinking he's been at the top of the scales and the bottom of everyone. Something.
Yeah. There you go. That's good. But you have to be mean, and there has to be some truth. Like, Ross, they said this on the show, was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and that's how he kind of got a start. So total Jay Leno blowing him joke is perfect. Yes, he was a big person, then small person, then big person, then small person. And nobody made a lot of those jokes. That Georges, well, we'll get to that joke. That Georges joke. All right, so the winners, Team Dolly, got to pick the order of which they did their roast. I mean, the order was fine. Like, they all got along, and that's fine. That's why I'm like, there was no conflict. Like, I wanted more of what they did with who got the parts from last week. I wanted more of that sort of drama, but we didn't get it.
You didn't want anybody arguing over who got to play Saltine?
Yeah, right. Well, like, the roast or the comedy challenge, I guess, on UK season 2, there was a big thing with Lawrence Chaney getting mad at Ellie Diamond. Lawrence Chaney. Because of the order she put the comedy performances. So that would have been nice to have that little bit of that. But that's fine. Whatever. Where would you want to be in the line?
First.
Yes.
Or second. Agreed. Because to me, the obvious jokes are going to get sopped up, and then what are you going to be left with? You're going to have to make adjustments, and that's going to add even more pressure to you.
Absolutely. First or last. I would do last if I felt confident and my jokes were different enough. But first or last, probably.
Yeah.
First, prefer.
In an orgy, first or last.
Perfect. So let's see. Let's talk about the performances. One thing I want to say about this is, and you learned this from the past in some roasts. Like, I'm remembering now, what season was the RuPaul roast? Because it was that one queen did Rue's cousin. Oh, that was season with Alyssa Edwards. That season. Because it was Coco Montrese.
5.
It was Rue's cousin
6.
something. 6? Maybe 6. Anyway, if you don't think you have funny jokes, you need to create a character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think some of these queens would have benefited, like Georgia's would have benefited if she would have created a character instead of she knew she wasn't funny. She was super nervous. Just come out and act the fool. Like, there's ways around this if you're not funny.
Can I just say, I didn't even feel like she was I mean, I know she was nervous, but I felt like she was safe still. Like, she was not... I just think she could rely on, she even said it in her interview, if I have to lip sync, I have to lip sync. I don't want to rely on it, but I'll just do what I do at the club and come out and go, hey girls, and that's a joke. And then I'll just do my lip sync. I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of you.
Lame. Like, whenever Michelle, being a comedy coach, which is pretty funny in itself, someone who's not funny at all is doing a comedy coach with what's her name?
Dulce Sloan, who I just immediately knew I would be friends with. This is my kind of girl right here. I loved her.
I think she does the voice on, I don't know if you've seen The Great North. It's by the creators of Bob's Burgers. There's the one character she does the voice of, because I saw on Instagram that she does the voice. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. Sure.
I don't know her from that, but I know her now, and she's so cute. She was dressed really pretty, and she was funny as hell. And I loved her no bullshit. Like, she was just like, no, next, what else? Like, thank you. No, that's not funny. Where's the joke? No. Where's Michelle's a little like, Michelle thinks she's tough. Dulce was like, she does this for a living, so she was like, no, what else?
Yeah, that's why Michelle shouldn't be coaching any kind of challenge whatsoever. An acting challenge, no. A singing challenge, no. A comedy challenge, no. Now, if she wants to, I almost made a very obvious Michelle roast joke. I would have just said now. If she wants to teach how to suck up to a celebrity to remain relevant, she should teach that class. But then I'm like, that is an obvious thing to say, and I would never say that.
No, you wouldn't say it.
Never.
In polite conversation.
So in the little coaching session, I don't know. It is pretty funny when they tell queens not to tell the joke and they tell it anyway. I think that's really funny. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Like, that's funny in itself.
It was funny when they were consulting with each other, the judges, after everybody left the stage, and RuPaul was busting a guy when they were like, we told them not to say that, and RuPaul's like,
I know. RuPaul totally laughed. It's funny.
Which is funny, like, after the fact, but in the moment, Ru gave a lot of generous laughter during this.
I agree.
As usual.
Well, before we talk about the main performances, we have to mention Georgia's coming in and kissing both of their asses, which I'm like, bitch, you must be worried because you're coming out kissing their asses.
Ew, I hate that.
I hate it.
That's such an old school gay thing to do. Hey, girl, you look so fierce. We should be best friends. I'm Will, you're Grace. It's like, stop.
Now, look, I can't lie and say I never knew someone either hated me or I wanted to stay on their good side to come in and go, oh, I love your sweater. It's so pretty. It's a great color for you. I can't say I've never done that.
No, I mean, if I go to like a dinner party or something, I do love to, if somebody does look great, because you know what, it's an event where people are dressed nicely. I'm free to freely give out a compliment, but not like this. This was so obvious. Just like, hey, Miss Sal, you look great in black as you look the same as you always do. Go, girl. And hey, Dulce, never heard of you. Don't care who you are. Love your outfit too. You're painted for the gods. What? Yeah, of course they have makeup on. It's Drag Race.
Yes. But that only works really at work. Like if I'm at work, I'll do that. But you're right. If it's public, I don't.
It's
really
manipulative, and I don't appreciate
it. It is, and you have to use that sporadically and only, in my opinion, at work. I mean, you can give people compliments. Like I went out last night, and there was a DJ, and he was playing some good music. He played some Boy George, which I was like, grabbing my pearls. Like I was like, oh my god. This is so good. And he played some old Kylie and stuff. And I went up and I was like, thank you for playing that Boy George song. He played Generations of Love. I was like, what? Nice. I'll give out compliments. I'm just saying. Just, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'll take a compliment. I don't care if it's sincere or not. I'll take it. Like, thank you. I know you're full of shit.
All right, let's talk about the main performances. Oh, well, so, you know, we have to mention Rue's look. Let's talk about it first. I mean, has Rue looked better in
Not recently.
a long time?
That's a beautiful outfit. Not since like the VH1 Fashion Awards back in the 90s or whatever.
This is one of Rue's best looks ever, probably. It was the right color of hair.
Very Bob Mackie-esque. It looks like when Rue wore that Bob Mackie thing when she did the wingspan.
And her makeup is a little bit different too, is it not? Like her eyebrows look a little different?
A little bit, yeah.
Very
pretty. I love those earrings. I like it all. It's all very nice.
Yeah.
Very shared.
Makes you think of Pearl a little bit. Pearl's had that.
You're always trying to bring up fucking Pearl.
Sorry, she's one of my faves.
All right.
Sue me. Okay, so the performances. So let's see, who do we have first? Bosco? I think Bosco. Yeah, she started the whole shit. What did you think of Bosco? Did she do anything interesting to you or funny, to be specific?
I did like her little technique where she was kind of going, they said that I wouldn't do this, so I did, but you know, she had kind of a thing going where they said that I shouldn't, so this. They said that I would. She had kind of, you know what I'm talking about? It kind of worked. It kind of covered up for the lack of jokes. For the lack of...
Oh, sure.
She had like a little rhythm going that I thought was good. A very good... Kind of a rapid fire thing. Kind of like... I'm trying to think of a comedian who does something like that. Maybe like...
Like she was saying like, I've been told more to go home more times than that whole thing. Or... Michelle from the UK, which was pretty funny.
Yes, yeah, stuff like that. So I thought that was a pretty strong intro, actually, and I was surprised, I have to say, after that audition with Dulce and Michelle, I was surprised. So, what do you think?
I think it was pretty funny. Like, I wasn't laughing out loud a lot. I did like the whole UK telling Michelle to go home, the record executives telling Rue to go home. Like, those are pretty funny.
I wanted to be like, actually, Rue owns his own private label. But, you know, let's not get into the...
That's like when one of them said Michelle had plastic surgery, and she was like, and that is a rule. You should... Okay, so we'll look at... That's George's. We'll talk about George's next. So George is saying Michelle had plastic surgery, and Michelle going, I never had any. I'm like, Michelle, shut up. I'm like, don't you know how this works? You know, you don't do that. It's like bad improv.
Yes.
Someone says, you've had bad plastic surgery, and you're like, no, I haven't.
Thanks for throwing up a roadblock in the middle of my flow, you stupid bitch. And yes, you have had plastic surgery just because you had your tits removed. I guess they were talking about her face. Well, you've had injections. You've had that. A lot of people just say plastic surgery when they're talking about injections. Your whole face has been injected. We got you with your all-natural vegan ass. Having shit from God knows where injected in there.
Fix a flat. No, I'm just kidding. Allegedly. But no, I thought that was like stupid when she did that, especially her being the comedy coach, and then she comes out trying to be funny, and Michelle like throws it back in her face. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Michelle? Why are you even on the show still?
Oh,
you can't play along. You can't have fun. Why are you fucking here?
Play along. Yes, that's a very good rule for comedy. And
no one
everything.
cares if you've had plastic surgery, anyways. Bitch, Jesus.
Some people should have some. I'm not saying names.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But since we're
So Georges was cringe. Like, I didn't think she was funny at all or interesting or anything else worth mentioning.
I'm just gonna do what I do at the clubs, which is come out, look fierce, and be like, hey girls, I'm gonna smoke a big fat blunt.
Nasty bitches. But that abortion joke at the beginning. So did you notice they twisted that? Like, she told the joke about Ross losing the weight and the baby. And then, the producers were like, you can't say that.
Yes.
So change it. So she was like, I meant have the baby. I'm like, she did not.
I think you're right. And number one, they may have even told Dulce and Michelle that, because I love an abortion joke, or I guess that was a miscarriage joke. That's not quite. I love an abortion joke. I don't think a miscarriage joke is quite as funny.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but all that shit is on the table. Get real. Don't tell me to be meaner and then tell me I can't talk about dead babies. Like, what? Pick a lane.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, I laughed so hard, and mostly because it shocked me that Georges said that a little bit, because it's TV, and those jokes make me nervous to have on the podcast, let alone like on national TV with millions of people watching. That's why she changed it around too. It's because she had the baby.
Because you gave birth to the baby. No.
Right. I guess it wasn't really a birth joke. It was a miscarriage joke. I don't know, but I'm sorry. I laughed because I was so surprised that she said that. It was so funny. Okay, so next we have Willow Pill. I thought Willow Pill was good. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought so too. I can't really recall anything any of these people said, so if you know anything, tell me, because I'm trying to remember what Willow said.
Well, Willow said that Rue was going to sacrifice Georges for 7 more years of life. That was pretty funny.
That's funny.
That was a funny joke. And she was amusing. Like, I laughed some. Like, she didn't do a bad job or anything. Was she side-splittingly funny? No. But I thought she did a pretty good job.
Yeah. She could have enunciated a little more.
She has that problem. Her voice is a little, what do you call it? The only thing I think of is when I went and saw Mary Poppins. I told the story before, and the lead who played Mary Poppins made a vocal choice that it ruined the whole thing for me. Oh, Bert. And she did this like deep, fake sounding voice. I'm like, that's Willow Pill. RuPaul.
Or like when you go to the dentist and they paralyze half your mouth with a shot.
Oh God, don't say that about Willow Pill.
Well, she doesn't have that shit.
She has enough problems.
She would appreciate that.
All right, next we have Angeria. What did you think?
Angeria, like the judges said, has that kind of delusional confidence where the Alyssa Edwards element of it all, where like none of it worked, but it worked because she didn't care that it didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you're in a pageant, look, I'm no pageant queen, but I would think that you have to stay a certain way the whole time. You cannot show weakness. You can't show if you're messing up. That's why you see these like videos of these, people in beauty pageants, like that one who used to say, she had that weird thing where she was rambling. I can't even remember what she was talking, such as that girl. Because you have to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if you...
Same with performance or dance of any kind. You just can't let it show that you're suffering. And she was great. She was charming, and that was good enough. And I don't know why it was good enough, because if it was Georges doing something like that, I might be like, ugh. But
Angeria, she's so cute. And her accent is so cute, too.
My favorite shots of her, and I wish I had one to put in the video here is just when like somebody else is performing and they show the girl sitting off to the side and Angira's just looking. She's staring straight ahead, but her little eyeballs are just looking over to see what the judges are doing. I love those. They put a lot of those shots in.
I love her.
It's like, I wonder what the judges think of this shit.
Okay, so next we have Diabetti.
I feel like Diabetti kind of killed it. Didn't she kill it?
No, she was like, at the very beginning, I've never done a roast before. This is really hard for me, but I got a lot of great advice. And everyone's like, she's the one I fast-forwarded through the second time I watched. I'm like, I can't fucking listen to this bitch ramble on without any jokes and not being fucking funny and awful. And I couldn't watch it the second time. I fast-forwarded.
Okay, you're right about that first part. I think she had some... Oh, I'm thinking of the lip sync she did. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll skip ahead. So Deja Skye was next. She kept that Bigfoot joke, which I think is hilarious that she kept that joke. She was like, I like this. Fuck you. And she told it anyways.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yes. That made me laugh. Like, bitch, she's like, she's talking to Michelle and what's her face, and she's like, fuck you. I love this joke. I don't care what you think. And so she did it.
Good for her.
That's gutsy. And the only joke she had when she goes, this queen needs no introduction, and then just walks off the stage. I thought that was really funny, actually.
That is funny.
That's probably not original. Someone's done that before, but I still liked it.
Me too.
So lastly, at the end, we have Lady Camden. What did you think?
Okay, I'm thinking back. I thought Lady Camden...
Well, I'll help you.
Okay.
She was freaking hilarious. Like, I love Lady Camden. She was so fucking funny.
She was very... Even the Echo joke that everybody was like, we told her not to use it. I was like, it was okay.
It was okay. And Rue was laughing.
But I thought that... Well, Lady Camden is so charming, and she's such a... I don't know, she's just a pro. And I know it pissed Michelle off that she used the Echo thing, so that made me happy even more. But I did like Michelle's joke about when he farts as a lisp. And I was like, why wouldn't you just use that? But at that point now we've already heard it. So
yeah,
for TV purposes, why would you suggest a joke? Now I can't use it because it's on TV. I don't know. Mixed feelings. I'm all confused.
Well, other bitches did that. They stole the jokes. But Lady Camden, when she goes, can't wait for you to superstar your way out of this roast to George. That was so funny. And then she said, Michelle, visage. Michelle means beautiful. Visage means just kidding. I loved that. Was so fucking funny. So funny.
I liked her blue hair too.
Loud.
She looked good.
Yeah,
well, of course.
So funny.
That's the funnest part of the roast is when they go around and make fun of everybody else first. That's the best kind, and then just save like a good one for the last, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and whenever someone does bad and they leave the stage and the next person goes, thank fucking God that's over.
Like Nikki Glazer, who I mentioned a lot, my favorite roaster, who said about Ann Coulter, she's written 11 books, 12 if you count Mein Kampf. I've repeated that before, but that was one of my favorite roast jokes of all time.
Oh my God. Okay, time for the runway. And the runway category is too much, which I think they've done this category before, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at the looks for this. Where are they? Here they are. All right, in order. So first we have Bosco wearing a bunch of blades. What did you think?
The Dragula of it all. Well, let me just say it for you. The nude illusion is not happening because there's no breasts. I guess it's a fun concept. I don't completely hate it. You tell me. I know you're chomping
This
at the
will
bit.
be laughed off the stage on Dragula. This is some weak ass horror drag. Oh my God, yes. This is fucking stupid. Like, as far as the Dragula world is concerned, this is terrible. Like, those blades are bending like they're fucking cardboard. With tinfoil on them. This looks cheap and stupid. I'm sorry. And this is another leotard for her to fucking wear. This, to me, is like maybe her worst look for me. I think it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
And did she come out saying last week RuPaul said she's tired of seeing my lingerie? Well, guess what? Here's my lingerie again. No, she didn't say it.
Yes.
But here's my lingerie again, only with cardboard.
It looks like something you would make, like, if you were in a Halloween parade. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Or like
if you were, like, in... Yeah, this looks like a Halloween parade sort of look. Like, I think this is one of her worst looks she's ever had. I prefer the lingerie looks that she had before to this shit.
I do too. Okay.
All right, who's next? We have Georges wearing I'm too lazy to actually try.
I don't know what a
What do you
tutu
think?
is. I'm 1 foot tall. This is off the rack. Look at my dumb shoes. This looks like, I mean, if this was, I'd be like, oh, you're a cute girl. No, this does not meet the assignment. No.
Now, if she had, like, platinum blonde hair, I might get some Madonna,
That would have been
Who's
better.
That Girl? The Who's That Girl sort of look?
Mm-hmm.
Because she kind of dressed like this a little bit. I get it. I think this looks kind of cheap, but... And, like, totally... Like, this is lazy drag. Like, I'm just going to put this dress on that I've had forever and this jacket and hat. The hat looks like she made it.
We couldn't have gotten some heels with this. I see what you're going for, but still heels. You're cheating. We're cheating. Yep. I'm big into the cheating shoes now. I'm clocking these shoes for cheaters.
Well, look at Bosco's shoes. Those shoes look like kitten heels. They may not be, just in this picture I'm looking at.
Well, but it's a heel at least. I'm saying a chunky, a creeper, a platform, a sneaker. Mm-hmm. I'm not having that.
No.
Personally.
This would have been cute with those little, like, ankle boots with the heel, like the real heel. But they're, like, little, like, maybe even, and this is controversial, maybe even with the toe cut out. It's controversial.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
But maybe.
Yeah. Why not?
So Willow Pill. What'd you think of Willow Pill's...
I didn't understand everybody ranting and raving over this. I think most of it was for the prosthetics, which were crunchy and falling off and flaking, by the way. I know they got to stand up there for a long time, but up close, that shit was crunchy. So I wasn't impressed with that at all. And the outfit, I don't know. It was a lot of fabric. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on this. What about you?
Oh, I want to see. I have another picture of it. I want to see the other picture because it's one of my phones.
I only got a close up here.
I don't like gloves that go all the way up to the start of the dress. I like them to be a little bit separate, like any outfit, so they actually look like gloves.
Yeah, I want to see some skin.
Yeah, between the gloves and the dress, I can tell you that. This does sort of look like B-movie vampire kind of thing, too, a little bit. I don't hate it. Her references were like Amanda Lepore and Bjork and somebody else. Like, I don't know. I guess it's different for Willow, so I'll give her props for that. But
at least there was a tutu element. Look,
Yeah.
somebody really slayed this challenge, so let's just get to them.
Okay. Next we have Angeria wearing...
Not a tutu in sight.
No. What did you think of this before I pop off?
In black, I might be like, okay, maybe. No, but just no. It didn't. It's not the assignment. It's like a pageanty dress she just had around. This is not specifically for the show. So no. It's not ugly. I'm just saying no.
Yeah, it's a no. It's a total no. Like, I get she loves pageanty presentations a lot, and in her mind this probably was. Now, yeah, if you change the color, maybe like a pink might be kind of pretty if like the category was pretty in pink or something like that. Maybe a pink might be okay, but otherwise, no. This is stupid.
It's just, yeah.
Shoe.
I mean, what's so hard to understand about a tutu? We've been talking about Sex in the City and then Just Like That for 4 months. And how many times have we been talking about a tutu? Everybody knows what a fucking tutu is. It's not just tulle, the fabric. It's a shape. It's a tutu.
Yeah.
This is not a tutu. Are you
No,
dancing the Black Swan with this? I don't think so.
Yeah, I hate it. Moving on. Next we have Daya Bitter. Betty.
Rhea.
Oops.
I hate those shoes. You look too tall. I know that's weird. That head thing was flopping all over the damn place. From like the makeup, other than okay, chop off her head and legs, and I'm okay with it.
Okay, here's what I would change. Everything. Next. No. Shoes gotta go. The shoes are stupid. I think the waist needed to be snatched more. It's too loose. It needs to be snatched.
Yes.
It looks like it's ill-fitting,
And
that's why she said it's a thrift store dress. Well,
that's why the armpits.
unless you like really take.
That's why the armpits sagging right there, because she's trying to make. She's a tall girl, so she's trying to make it fit, and it's a woman's item of clothing. Women's, which are cut.
And then she said that the crown was made out of like toilet paper rolls or whatever she said. I'm like, you bitch, don't tell me that.
She was
all I will
really,
see.
she was really going on about that crown. I'm like, I don't care. It's the ugliest part of your outfit. Why are you telling us how it's made? It's trash.
It's total trash. This
Love you,
look,
girl.
you could change. You could make it okay. Snatch it, lose the hat, lose the shoes, lose the whole tights with the holes in them. She could have made this really pretty, but she tries to be punk about everything and fucks it all up. So fuck her. Next.
Hot topic, punk weekender. Next, I thought this was like chubby RuPaul from that promo look for season whatever.
Yes. Yes. This to me looked like a
tribute.
promo look.
It's a tribute.
Yes.
RuPaul did this look. It's from that
That is
season
correct.
with Got Mick, or I think, with the Lucky song.
Is that season 13?
Let's not get caught up in numbers. You know that's bad for us. Again, I don't know if this qualifies as a tutu. It just looks like a prom dress, like they said. And the top, it makes like she's got massive tits that just don't fit into the dress. But I like the color scheme and the glittery shoes, so there's something nice.
Yeah, I just looked at that look, and yes, the RuPaul pink wig, that's like the same wig.
It's like, that might be, I think they sell that wig at Party City. That might be one of the RuPaul Party City wigs.
RuPaul wig. Right. So I think this is pretty too. Like pretty hair color, pretty dress, pretty makeup. The shoes were good. Maybe snatch the waist a bit more. Would have probably made this a lot better.
Yeah.
Give her a little more shape instead of just sort of like I don't know, just kind of a blob. Like snatch the waist. I didn't think this was bad at all. Not nearly as bad as like Diabetes or Angeria's or Georgia's. I don't think it was the worst.
I hate to invoke names of queens that you don't really care for, but like Candy Muse or Eureka, also big queens, they could have taken this and done it right.
Yeah, sure. I don't hate Eureka. Like since she's off the show and I don't have to listen to her talk, some of her looks have been pretty good.
I don't know
Now,
what you're
Candy
talking
Muse-
about. I remember you saying a lot of bad things about. No, I like Eureka too.
But Candy Muse though, no. So lastly and certainly bestly, we have Lady Camden. What do you think?
Holy shit. I mean, just utter perfection. One of the best, maybe ever. I can't, there's no real comment. It's perfection. I love glittery skin. I love those. What am I always asking for? More glitter. And here, fucking glitter everywhere. Everything sparkles. I love her. She's gotten so much better, in my opinion, as far as like the final and who should win and all that. Not that I care that much. But Lady Camden is just so great. She really won this episode.
Yeah, but if I critique this whatsoever, it'd been great to see her on point. But other than that, this is amazing. Like this looks like drag. It looks expensive. It looks like a professional costume designer probably did make this.
Yeah. And look
The
at her
hair's
makeup is
perfect.
great.
The makeup is, yes, it was great. All of it. If she didn't do on point, she didn't do point. I say on point, it's probably just called point. I'm not sure. I don't do ballet. I'm just regurgitating what other people had said. But I think these shoes are still great. Like it's pretty perfect.
She looks like
if
a Barbie
if they
doll.
do this too much again, I mean, this is the look to beat. It's just so good.
I love her. Great body. Not that we're reviewing bodies, but since we're here, she has a great body for fashion. She should be in Fashion Week fighting with Bimini Bomb Boulage.
I guess. losing her passport and crying. I didn't get to Paris Fashion Week.
It
Woe
was
is me.
COVID and people are losing their jobs.
Yeah, that whole thing. All right, so the winner ended up being Bosco, which I was disappointed.
Lady C. That should have been Lady C.
100%. I laughed out loud during Lady Camden's. I chuckled a little at Bosco's. I mean...
Also, the accent helps.
It does. I think they're trying to keep her down. Like, she is the dark horse, and if this weren't tilted towards, like we said this before, Willow Pill, then Lady Camden could win this whole damn thing. I know I've said that before, but it's just the truth.
Yeah. But now we're in the multiverse, the RuPaul multiverse, where we used to just be like, okay, we're just taking the show as it is, we're taking it, but now we have to come up with conspiracy theories and ulterior motives and think, well, who are they trying to save for All Stars? Because the next All Star season, they got to make sure that's good too. So if somebody's lovable and we're pretty sure they'll come back, we need to not let them win. So it's almost like working against giving it to whoever's best and just giving it to whoever, they're fine with.
Yeah.
Why do you think Alyssa Edwards didn't win nothing? You know what I mean? They wanted to bring that bitch back,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Like, there's some things, like, they're starting to slip, I think, in some of the things that these producers are doing, these editors. Like, they'll do things like, on the runway, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know if this is where the judges were deliberating, and they said, oh, Betty, when Bosco did this, she was a rock star. And then a little later in this episode, in one of the interviews, Bosco said, I felt like a rock star. And I'm like, they just said that about you and the judges panel. That stuff keeps happening. So it's like somebody's watching this and taken from it. Like, this is not the only time that's happened. So
I would love to be a producer on a reality show. It's like my dream, just to go manipulate and fuck with people all day.
Yes. Blame it on the edit. You said it.
That's like my dream. Let's go get my vision. Just go in and be like, no, they really loved you. And you were great. No, they hated it. Oh, you know who really hates you? He's just talking shit.
Right. Like, edit it so someone's like, I loved what she was wearing. Then the next scene, I fucking hated what she was wearing. Then I love her. I hate her. Like, just fucking around with her in the audience. Like, is she a bitch? Is she not a bitch? Does people like her? Do people not like her? What is it? Tell me.
Yeah, or edit. Or be the editor. And just cut in stuff that has nothing to do with. Which they do with the interviews. Like, anytime somebody's rolling their eyes, I just throw that in right after George's talks or something,
They do that. Well, that whole thing with Fifi and All Stars, whatever that was, where she said something mean about somebody and supposedly everyone in the room said it, but they only used Fifi saying it.
Well, I think original Good Untucked, otherwise known as Good Untucked, was so much of that just Frankenbiting, clipping, Frankensteining everything together. But it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But
to me, as long as the end product is good, I don't need it to be authentic.
Yeah, you could ruin someone's career in like one clip, like the one where Fifi said she hated something. And everyone said it supposedly, and they just used Fifi saying it made her look like a bitch. And I'm like, that is so hateful. To do that to somebody.
They could have somebody talking about sitting in front of the mirror talking about how like their mother died or something, and then just show like Jasmine Kennedy laughing that hyena laugh, and then you're like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or somebody just cut an injury going, well, she probably deserved it. You know what I mean?
Talking about something completely different. Yeah.
God, we're fucking evil. We'd be perfect for this.
So the bottom three, we did a bottom three this time, which was about time. We're getting rid of more than one bitch that needed to be gone. So that's Daya Betty, Georges, and Deja Sky. At least I could stop having to stop and think before I say Daya and Deja. So I'm glad that shifts over.
Yeah.
Because that's annoying. And they lip sync to Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo, your favorite.
Who? No, I'm kidding. I know who that is. I actually like the song. I like it.
Well, this is what I think. When they did Olivia Rodrigo, I thought, oh God, it's Georgia's. Here she goes. Because I don't know Olivia Rodrigo that well, but I know she's like a young singer, and I thought for sure it was going to be a "ow" song because I don't know her. So I thought it was going to be like
She's more like
Georgia.
Ashley Simpson vibes.
Yes, more rock sounded, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Avril Lavigne.
I thought song was for. Yes, I thought the song was for Georgia's, but it's not. It's for Diabetes.
And I see.
And I know Olivia Rodrigo like cursed in her songs because she's like a Disney kid, like a fresh Disney kid.
Well, I think she busted out. I think I told you my niece was like, Olivia Rodrigo's coming and tickets are only like $1,000. I said, $1,000 to see Olivia Rodrigo? No, thank you.
No, that's crazy talk.
Love you. No, it's your birthday, but here's a gift card for GameStop or something. You know what I mean?
What did you think of this lip sync?
I thought it was great because, well, I loved that because it was Olivia Rodrigo. The two younger ones, Daya and Georges, knew every single word because you know they'll probably like this song anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I loved that Georges. This was not going to be a Georges dance number. And I was kind of like, I almost knew immediately, like, Daya's going to win this. It goes with her look, her attitude. It just was, like, perfect for her. It was the perfect storm for her.
Yes, this song was for her. You know, they do this. Like,
Deja wasn't going to win that in that damn hairspray Ricky Lake outfit. She wasn't going to win this song.
And I love, she's like, I'm the only one that was told I'm a lip sync assassin. I'm like, girl, Bruce spoke too soon.
Girl.
Like, when she said that,
Talk about taken out of context. That was the fluke, okay? Relax.
That was lies.
Oh, Deja, freaking mouth breather. I'm so glad she's gone.
Yep, so Deja Sky went home. Like, she seemed like a nice person. Like, I didn't hate her. Like, and her drag wasn't terrible. I mean, she had some terrible stuff, but she wasn't the worst. I'm not the best, but I ain't the worst.
She was there too long, though. She was there way too long.
Well, so many, because we have like 300 episodes, and we still have actually 5 left.
There are 5 left? I quit.
Yeah, because there were 7, and she went home.
No, wait, but the
finale.
The finale will have top 4.
Okay, so we have who left? Deja, Sky went home, and Georges went home. So we have Camden, Diabetes, Willow Pill, Bosco, and Angeria, Van Cartier.
They sent 2 or 3 people home on the finale.
On track. Yeah, I don't know. How many more episodes are there?
2 or 3 at the max.
Well, if they have one more and they get rid of who you think's going next, probably Daya.
I kind of think.
Or they think they'll frame Lady Camden.
I guess Daya. It's a toss up. I would hate to see it.
So
I don't want Lady
Daya.
Camden to go.
Then we have Lady Camden, Willow, Bosco, and Angeria, and say we get rid of Bosco next.
Oh yeah, I think Bosco could go too.
So then that leaves Camden, Willow, and Angeria as our top 3, if that's the case.
Lady Camden, she was not even on my radar at the beginning of the season, and like slowly but surely, slow and steady wins the race, and she's not been obnoxious. She's very likable. Her fashions are nice. She was very funny. She could dance. Good body. I'm sorry I called you a Halloween witch. I'm sorry. She's your pick to win.
Was she your pick to win? Yes.
I would not be mad at that. I really don't care, but I wouldn't be mad at all.
And so Deja and Georges went home, and they were walking out, and at the very end, Deja says something like, Sarah, Sarah, I say. I'm like, do you mean K, Sarah?
Right.
Sarah?
I always say sriracha, sriracha. Whatever's for me, put sriracha on it. I'm like, huh?
It's not even the same.
I don't think that...
It's K, Sarah, Sarah. It's whatever will be.
Will be.
Not whatever's for me. I love it. We use shit wrong all the time, so I'm not judging her, really. It was just funny.
I loved that George, they try and do their catchphrase for their t-shirts at DragCon on the way out, and Georges is like, I just want to say, girls can be whatever you want to be. And then she, like, points to Deja, like, your turn. And Deja's like, just remember, be a big girl. And I'm like, why do all the big girls always do this? Sorry, maybe not all of you. But all the big girls are like, curves and swerves, bigger is better. I'm like, does it always have to be about your weight? Yeah.
Deja did not do that this whole season. You have to give her credit. She didn't do that whole time for a big girl to win stuff this whole season. She didn't do that.
That's true. Fair enough.
It's like Darian Lake. It wasn't Darian Lake. She didn't do that either. Not all the big queens do, but there are definite some that won't shut up about it. Like
Eureka did that.
Like Eureka and Ginger Minge. Like who else was like that? It was
Silky.
Like Delta Work didn't do that. Silky did that. Well,
as you all know in your heads who did it. Okay.
Well, that's the end of this episode. If we just have a couple left, we'll be back to talk about it.
We will. And be sure to join our Patreon. I know we talk about it a lot. Look, it's $3 a month. You get a bonus episode every week for $3 a month. And we also post exclusive pictures and things there. So please go to patreon.com/dragdungeon. Also, if you follow us at Drag Dungeon on all social media, and look in the box below on YouTube for our coupon code for NordVPN, which you need NordVPN for your privacy online. And manscaped.com, use our code DRAG20 and you get a bag full of fun shit that you need. So those links are below. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
For this shit.